All right. So I welcome you to the day 2 of our coaching. All right. And we are looking at web design and online business. All right. So today it will be pure practical because I'll be showing you in practical terms how to set up your web presence. All right. So we'll be looking at our objective for today is to look at domain name, hosting, cPanel, SSL, WordPress installation of themes and plugins, access to my professional page builder, and so many other things. So this is going to form the foundation of how you set up professional websites. All right. We'll go through the process step by step. All right. So of how to go about every aspect of setting up your website. Like I said, this is going to be like the part 1. This is going to form the foundation. And don't forget, this is a build up on the video you received yesterday, taking you into the introduction of website design, the basic things you need to have at the back of your mind, what you need to know, and the concept of online business and how you need to go about it. So today we'll be looking at this objective. So by the end of this video, you have a clear understanding about what a domain is. You have a clear understanding about what hosting is. You have a clear understanding about cPanel. You have a very clear understanding about SSL. SSL stands for Secure Socket Layer. Is a certificate. All right. That is what enables your website to show secured, to show HTTPS. We'll be going into that in full details. And also WordPress installation of themes, installation of access to my professional page builder. We'll be looking at all these things, all right? All these things today. So like I said, it's going to be pure practical demonstration. All right, so if you're ready, all right, so let's just get in immediately. All right, so the first thing you want to do when you want to set up your website, all right, is to decide on a domain name. All right. Remember yesterday we looked at we talked about domain name servers. That is what you are doing right now. You are registering your domain name with a domain name registrar, and there are a lot of domain name registrars online. There are a lot of companies that offers domain name services and things like that. An example of such company is Whogohost, is here in Nigeria. An example of such company. They both offer domain name and hosting services. All right. An example of such website again is GoDaddy. Another example is Namecheap. There are a lot of them. So I use Namecheap at times. I use Whogohost majorly when I want to host a .com.ng domain name or a .ng domain name. All right. But when I want to register some .com domain name, .net, .org, I use GoDaddy. But for our training, I am going to use mine because I have also set up my own hosting company, all right, an hosting business where I sell domain name and I sell hosting services. So this demonstration will be doing it from my domain, from my TickHost. So the name of the website we'll be using to buy our domain name and hosting is called tickhost.com. all right, tickhost.com. So I encourage you to buy domains from here, buy hosting, and it offers good services. You have SSL, you have optimized WordPress installations, you have security, you have extensive, and the prices are way cheap. All right. So I believe for the fact that you have this video and you're watching this, I must probably have given you a free bonus of a 1-year registration, both the domain and so it's quite a good service. So like I said, we'll be doing it here, and we'll be buying the domain name. Now, I know I have explained to you yesterday what domain name is, but just to clarify, a domain name is what represents you online. Like this business now, it is represented by tickhost.com online. All right. Whogohost is represented by Whogohost online. Let's say I want to open an e-commerce shop now. I call the name of the e-commerce shop mamake.com. So mamake.com represents the domain name. All right. I also have my own personal website. Jeremiah Odeni represents my name online. All right, that is my domain name. So it's a real estate that you buy. Let me put it like that. You buy your name, you secure your name online and things like that. All right, so this is mine. All right, where I provide and I offer services online, marketing and stuff like that. So basically, a domain name is what represents your business online, what represents you online. So for this demonstration, we'll be buying this name. All right, now this is for a client. All right, we're buying, as you can see, it shows congratulations, domain is available, meaning I can buy this domain name. All right, let me use, for instance, let me just use my own. You need to know this. Well, you will buying domain name for your client as well. Let's assume you can say, sorry, domain name is already taken. All right, search for another one. All right, so these are the kind of, and this cut across board for all domain name providers, domain name hosting and things like that. All right, so as it is right now, we can go ahead and buy this domain name because it is available. All right, remember, we'll go through the payment process and everything. The domain name will now be ours. All right, so what you want then go ahead and do when you're ready to buy for yourself or for your clients is to enter a domain name that is available and you go and buy. All right, you go and buy. When I click buy, to take me to something like this, I might just need to enter the name again and I'll do another search. So it's going to come up and tell me it's available. So I'll go and continue and I will buy. All right, this is a 1-year registration. All right, domain names are usually renewed every year, so you can decide to buy it for 1 year or you buy it for 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, depending. So but what we are doing right now, we are doing a 1-year registration. So we continue. All right, the next thing is then going to ask us is to put name servers. All right, just follow along with this. So if you don't understand anything, you are free, you just rewind, but just follow along. Now, you know, when you then buy domain name, like I said to you, so what I have explained now, I have explained what a domain name is, and we are in the process of securing a domain name. The next thing is our hosting. So what is an hosting? Which is what they are asking us here now. It says, let me read it. It says domain name configuration. The following options and settings are available for domains you have chosen. All right, required field is indicated with a asterisk. That is, you must fill required field. But the next thing they ask us here is this. It says, this domain name that we are buying for 1 year does not have a hosting. Do we want to add an hosting? Now, what is an hosting? An hosting is a space you buy online so that you can put your website content. All right, let me show you a typical example. My domain name, which is this, I have bought a hosting where I have kept all this website content, all this website information, which we'll be learning how to design and everything. All these things will go inside your hosting. So it is a space you buy online. All right, it is a space you buy online. So let me go back to tick host again so I can then show you what I mean again. All right, let me go down. Let me then show you the kind of hosting services that we offer. As you can see, you have personal hosting. This one gives you up to about 3 GB SSD web space. All right, like I said, it is where you save your content online. So your website content, that is, so when a visitor goes to your domain name and they type it, let's say jeremiahadeni.com, the domain name will then point to the hosting. So the hosting is where every information that you want to show to your visitor is stored. All right, we will learn more, but basically that is what it is. All right, and there are different plans for hosting. Different services offer different plans. For TickHost, you have 3 plans. You have a personal plan, you have a business plan, and you have an influencer plan. All right, they all have different requirements and configurations. Like for personal is 3 gig, for business is 7 gig, for influencer you have 12 gig. They all have bandwidth, they all have different bandwidth capacity. So the bigger the space you want to buy, the more expensive it will be. All right, the more expensive it will be. So let me just go back. So for that purpose, we want to add hosting. Now, there is also something that you need to be aware of, I'm going to click and add hosting right now, but I need to also explain something to you, something called name servers. All right, this is where a name server will come to play in a situation whereby you buy a domain name from, let's say for instance, a Google host, but you have an hosting already. You know, I was showing you here that you can have a hosting service that gives you opportunity to host 2 domain names, meaning you can host more than one website. All right, this one business is giving you opportunity to host up to 5 domain names, meaning you can host up to 5 websites. All right, this one is giving you opportunity to host up to 10 domain names. You can host up to 10 websites. So that is where name server comes in. All right, let's assume I already have hosting. I just want to buy, because that is what you'll be doing most of the time. You have a big bucket of hosting, so you don't want to buy hosting again. You just want to point this your domain name that you are buying to your hosting. All right, you want to point it to your hosting. All right, so what you will then need a name server for is, you'll get your hosting name server address and add it here. Now, because we are on TickHost, this is TickHost name server. All right, so don't get too confused when you about name servers. Along the line you will still learn more about it, but in this situation we are buying both the hosting and the domain name from one person. All right, that is TickHost. So what we just need to do is we click here, add hosting. All right, now which plan are we going for? That's the next thing. All right, so I'm going for the business plan where I'll be paying 800 naira monthly. All right, so I will order the business plan. All right, I'll order the business plan. Now your domain name is ready. Add to shopping. All right, now it's not asking me how do I want, is it yearly, is it quarterly? What I want to just do, I'll go for a yearly plan, hosting yearly plan. All right, I'm going for a yearly plan for my hosting. All right, now I want to also show you something here. There are situations whereby you want to transfer domain name. This is where you can, when you log in. All right, you know what, don't let me confuse you with that. Let's just continue. Let's go ahead and buy, because that's a little technical. Okay, so let's go ahead and just buy for 1 year hosting plan, and I will say continue. You look at your balance here, it show you continue. Just make sure the domain name you are buying is what you are pointing to hosting. All right, so what comes down here is this. All right, this is our checkout review. It's saying I am buying this domain hosting for this amount for 1 year, and I am buying this domain name for this amount for 1 year. So what do I want to do? I want to make payments. All right, so but for you to make payments you need to register, except if you are an existing customer you can log in. All right, because this is a new account, I will need to fill in all this information and register. All right, and register. So by the time I do the registration, I will provide a password. I will put in all these basic info, just normal registration. All right, if you have a promo code, you enter a promo code and you choose your payment method. All right, if you want to pay online with card, you pay online with. So I'm going to show us the process now. So because I'm buying this for a client, let me just add the client's information here. This is his name. I think this is the first name, right? This is the last name. All right. I just call the company name his domain name. So I don't think these are not required information as such. The email address. And one other thing is, when you are building website, you always want to have a notepad, so you are saving any information that you are any information so you don't forget, because it's very, very important. so that you don't forget. So you have to save and keep this information. So I will go ahead and choose a password, all right, and I'll fill in the billing information, all right. I'll put in the address information and stuff like that, all right. All right, so I have gone ahead and I have filled all the basic information, all right. Pause the video for some few minutes. So, all right, the next thing I'll do is you have to type yes to ensure you complete registration. So you have to then say join mailing list, all right. It's optional though, it's not a must. Now you have to select your payment method. You can either do bank transfer. Bank transfer is not automatic, all right, because you will need to be, so when you pay directly to the bank, my support people will have to confirm your payments, and after confirming payment they will now register your domain and hosting. But when you do direct payment online, this is Paystack, you pay with your debit card or something. Either one works, all right. So the next thing we'll do is we just do checkout. So I'm going with Paystack. We'll do checkout, all right. All right. Ensure that we fill in all the right information. Now we'll do checkout. Oops. Alright, so a confirmation email will be sent to you. There's a security check on this hosting. If you do not confirm your email, you will not be able to proceed to complete payments and things like that. Alright, so you will receive an email. Let me show you an example of the emails you will receive that you will click on. Let me just show you, because like I said, that domain name is for a client. Alright. So you go ahead and you will see, this is the first email you will receive, something like this. So it will have your name, where you go ahead and click to verify that you have, I do not have, like I said, I don't have access to that email. So, but I have a copy of it because I am also an admin on TickHost. So I have a copy of it, which is what I'm going to use to verify it right now. But you will receive an email like this. So you go ahead and verify your account. All right. When you verify your account, you will then see your customer sign up information. It will show up here, something like this. All right. You will also see domain name registration, which will confirm to you that the domain has been registered. And you also see something that you have to also confirm your information as the registrar of the domain name. All right. You have to click this link. All right. To confirm that you are the registrar of the domain name. All right. So, basically those are the few informations you will have in your email. And as soon as you do all the confirmation and your hosting is set up, you will have an information like this. All right. You have an information like this. All right. The information will give you what you are paying for, basically your username and password and things like that. All right. You will have all that information. All right. And you will have your URL. You will have your name server. Let's assume you buy another domain and you want to point it to the hosting you've just secured. You will see the name server here. This is the name server you can use. Basically, so that's about the emails you will receive. All right. All right. So as you can see, the account is now registered because I received a copy of the email. So I went ahead. Let me just show you the copy. So I went ahead. All right. I went ahead and confirmed that. So you can confirm that you are a human, you are not a robot. You have confirmed the email address. Now we have this here. Now I'll then go to invoice. All right. What we were trying to buy before. All right. So because I tried this several times, that's why you have so many orders and unpaid invoice here. All right. So what I just want to do is I want to pick, let me just pick the first one. Let me click on unpaid. All right. I'll look at the invoice again. So then I will proceed to payment. So you will have this like this. I hope you are not, hope this doesn't confuse you at all. The only so if you want to pay via bank, you pay via bank. If you are paying via debit card, if you're paying via bank transfer, you do direct bank transfer. But if you are paying online with your card, you pay online with your card. Now, the security check that you saw when you did the order confirmation, as you saw the other time, it didn't go through to that you should go and pay. A confirmation was sent first, which was what I was trying to show you here. Confirmation was sent that you need to confirm that you are what? You are a human, alright? Which was done. Then you went to the unpaid invoice and so what I can then do now, I'll just click on pay now. Alright? When I pay, it will show me all this information, as you can see. So all I need to just do is enter my card details, enter everything, and I'll complete the payment. So I'm going to pause this video and complete the payment. So basically, after the payment is confirmed, you will receive some email notification as well that will confirm to you all that you have purchased. Alright? Alright, okay, so I have gone ahead and complete all the payments, like I said. So by the time payment is done, then I want to just log in. Alright, now as you can see, because I have made payment, you will notice there is now one service, there is one domain name. Let's just check the domain. So the domain has now been purchased. Alright, as you can see, this is now active. Now all these other domains that we were trying to buy before, I think we can just then, because we can't buy, it has been bought, so we can't buy it anymore. You know, this was just when we were trying to make payments, but we didn't confirm the email address. It was creating multiple invoices. All right, but right now as it is, this is bought and is active. This is the domain. So when we click on it right now, we will see that it's going to just have a blank. There's nothing there. Yeah, so that's what we'll be designing. We'll be designing the website in some few minutes. All right, so let's also go to what we also bought. Sorry. We also bought hosting. All right, so this is the hosting that we have paid for. All these other ones were just the invoices that were created before. All right, it's an annual pricing. All right, it's an annual pricing, is annual. That's just basically how you go about buying domains, buying hosting, and things like that. So I believe I've been able to quickly cover, alright, I believe I've been able to quickly cover what a domain name is and what an hosting is. Alright, you just need to rewatch this video if it looks a little confusing. You need to just see it again so you can probably have a better understanding on how to go about buying domain names. So the next thing we want to look at is the cPanel. Alright, so the next thing we want to look at right now is the cPanel. Alright, so cPanel stands for control panel. Alright, so that is where you'll be managing your website and stuff like that. So what you need to do is to go to your login area. You know, you will have the email notification of everything you've bought, everything you've purchased. Alright, so you will see the login. But to access the login, you just type tickhost.com/client. Alright, to show you just that page that you saw me enter email address and password. Alright, you enter your email address and your password and you will see this. So how do I access my cPanel from here? Another way to access your cPanel, alright, is to go to your domain name and put /cPanel. Alright, it will then link you and take you straight to, so you need to enter your cPanel username and password. Now your cPanel username and password is most of the time, which is usually, let's say 100% of the time, alright, it's going to be the same username and password you are using to log in to your account. Alright, except you want to create a sub account, which is beyond the scope of what we are doing right now. Alright, it's the same, but usually the best way I think to go into your cPanel is to log into your account. Alright, when you log into your account, you just click here, log me into cPanel, and immediately it will log you in because you're already logged in here. All right, that's a better way to go about it. All right, so I'll just close this. So, and this is so this is your cPanel. So like I said, click this and it will take you to the cPanel. All right, so this is your cPanel. So cPanel stands for control panel. So this is where you will manage everything that has to do with your hosting and your website. All right, file manager basically is where you put files. All right, you see, all these will still be seeing their usefulness as we go along in the training. All right, so we don't get so confused. File manager, you will see your files. Basically, that's what it is. The next thing again is billing. All right, basically, do you want to register a new domain? Do you want to change your domain information? Things like that. This is database. As you go advanced, you want to set up database and things like that. So this is where we will set up email. These are the things that are more important to us. Email. So you want to set up an email that is custom to your business. All right. So let's just set up one here. Let's say we want to set up info at your domain name here. All right. Do I want to, I can just say generate password. It will generate password for me. All right. To generate password. And then the moment it generates the password, I can just copy it and paste it here. What do I want to do? Do I want to give it unlimited? I say, yeah, no problem. Let the email have unlimited access. All right. All right. So then I will create the account. So it is created, as you can see. If there's another email address you want to create again, let's say you want to create another one called support. You just type support, it generates email address again. Or you can type in an email address provided it is strong. All right. You can type it in so you can secure the email and you do create. And that's that. If we go back and do email account, as you can see, I have 2 email accounts already. So if I want to access it online, I'll just do access webmail. As you can see, it's going to come up and it's going to show you your custom email that you now have set up for. And you just select this round cube. All right. As you can see, so it's working. You now have a custom email address at your domain name. All right. So basically, that's how that's how you set up email and you. So let me go back to the cPanel. See what I'm clicking on to go back to cPanel. All right. So that's about email. So you can set up as unlimited email because you have unlimited email services. Things like that. So this is where you'll be spending most of your time basically in terms of installation and things like that basically. So next thing I also want to look at is I want to show you because I'm just showing you the key important things, all right, that you need to know. I want to go to SSL. SSL is something that helps you to have how do I put it? It's something that helps you to have HTTPS added to your website. All right. All right. HTTPS added to your website. All right. Now, as you can see, you have, this is how you will, with Tick Hosting, this is how you will set up SSL. All right. You just check all the domain name that you want to apply SSL and you run SSL. Now, this is a free SSL service that comes with your purchase, with your hosting purchase. All right. There are some other times you want to buy other type of SSL, which I'm going to still talk about as we go along. All right. So I'll just do run. So you can run it and install it on the hosting. All right, so it's going to apply this SSL to the domain name so that the website will be secure. Basically, I usually don't like waiting, but for this, I'll just go and do something, wait until it completes all the installation. All right. So it's completed. So it's completed. All right. So I'll go back to cPanel. As you can see, Auto SSL domain validated, so it's completed. It auto renews itself on a monthly basis, or on every 3 months or so. So that's that about SSL. So we have HTTPS that we can access with our domain name now. All right. So the next thing I want to then talk to you about, we've looked at cPanel basics. All right. You know, you cannot fully master the entire part of cPanel. It's as you proceed and you go ahead with cPanel that you begin to understand. But you need to just know where things are on the cPanel, so you know what how to access those things. All right. All right. What's happening to the network? All right. So the network was acting up, so I've done a reset for it. Okay. So that's about that. Now we now have SSL activated on our domain name. All right. So that's cPanel, that's SSL basically. Like I said, TickHost give you a free SSL, so you probably don't even need to do anything for the SSL to show up. All right. For you buy the domain name with TickHost. All right. But if the domain name was not bought with TickHost, that is how you will go ahead and check the status of the domain you have pointed to your hosting and just run SSL. So you check this and you run SSL for that domain basically. So that's about SSL. So next we want to go ahead and then install WordPress. Now before I talk about how to install WordPress from our cPanel, let me just quickly show you WordPress.org. I think it's WordPress.com. All right. WordPress.com. Now WordPress is a content management system. All right. That is what powers a whole lot of websites online. WordPress powers about 30% of, as a matter of fact, powers 31% of the internet today. Most websites you see online are powered by WordPress framework, and this site you are seeing right now is designed with WordPress. All right. Most of all my websites, they are designed with WordPress. TickHost was designed with WordPress. That's exactly what I want to show you, how to go about doing this. Now, you are not limited. It's just the only limitation is how you customize your WordPress, and that has to do with you. But WordPress gives you the functionality, the flexibility to build any type of website and mobile app. You can even do a mobile app if you know how to go about it. All right. Only that it might not be as scalable as developing a mobile app from ground up. So basically that's what WordPress is. All right. And it powers a whole lot of websites. I cannot begin to tell you the amount of websites that have been built by WordPress. In short, let me see if they can show some examples. You see, like I said, let me show you something they wrote here. All right. You can build a blog site, a website, or both. You can you see it's quite intuitive. All these designs that you are seeing here are all built with WordPress. All right. And they also give you free themes, and there are also some paid themes. All right. So I'll be showing you all that as we go along. So I just wanted you to have a good understanding about what WordPress is. All right. So WordPress is a content management system. That's what they call a CMS. A CMS is something that helps you manage your content. So with WordPress, you will see you have enormous power, which is what I am going to review to you and show. And this is the same thing you can use to help your clients set up their own websites if you want to. All right. So let's just go back to our cPanel. So how do I then set up WordPress for myself? Now, let me show you something first, so you see when there is changes. All right. Trying to go to you. All right. So you will notice when the changes happens. Right now, there is nothing that is showing that your website has any content. All right. Let me see if it takes some time for HTTPS to take effect. Let's just see if, well, as you can see, it has taken effect. The SSL that we installed is currently protecting this website. All right. So let's go ahead. with them. So this is how your website looks like now. So let's install WordPress and see the dramatic change that will happen. So to install WordPress, you just go to application, top application. You see WordPress here. In less than 5 minutes or so, what is 5 minutes? In less than 2 minutes, you will see all the changes that will happen. So next is you just click install here. All right. Then you will fill out some few forms. All right. Click. Okay. So as you can see, it's asking me what domain do I want to install. Right now, we only have one domain. Now you will have to select HTTPS. Remember, we have enabled HTTPS for our website. All right. So, pardon me with this. Okay. So you select. Now it's asking you where do you want to install it. Just leave it at the default directory. All right. Except you already have an existing website. All right. And you want to install it into something. You can then say, okay, install it into another directory called new. But for our own demonstration, we are not creating another subfolder. We want it to go straight inside here, inside the default. All right. Inside the root, inside the index, inside the domain name itself, the hosting, the main without the main domain name itself. All right. So we leave that at that. So what do we want to call the name of our website? For now, let's just call it our domain name. All right. Let's call it our domain name. As we do the design, we'll be changing a whole lot of other things. So let's put a description. You can just say welcome to. All right. Basically, so you want to then choose a password and I just like generating password. All right. So it's stronger, and I like choosing a good username that is also strong. All right. So what I want to just say, good practice, just use your email as your username. All right. So don't forget, you have to write down these things so you don't forget. So let me just type it down to just show you how this thing works. So let's go back to our WordPress. Let's give it WordPress website info. All right. Username. I have called it my email address. Password. Let me copy it. You know, I generated this password. All right. So I'll just leave it here. So what else? What else do we need to fill? No. So we need to also fill our admin email. I usually just like putting my Gmail address as my admin email. All right. So you don't need to install any plugin here. We'll be installing all the plugins that we need. So go ahead. Now, where do you want them to send the installation to? I'd like to just send installation information to my email. All right. All right. So basically, we have filled all this, and the next thing we want to do is just install, and you will see it happen in less than 1 to 2 minutes, and you will see the website change. All right. All right. It's almost there, so let's just give it some time. Fantastic. Now it is finished installation. If I then click on this now, you will see what will come up. All right, you will see the changes that has happened. Wow. Can you see? Which is different from what we had before. Now this is where we now continue with our customization and design our websites to look beautiful, like something like this, or something like this, something like this, something like, you can do anything, or something like TickHost itself, right? You can do anything with it. So now that is done. So we have been able to install successfully a WordPress installation. All right. A WordPress installation. Now, the next thing that you need to be aware of is, all right. So you will have, there's the concept about WordPress websites is there's the front end, which is what we are looking at right now. And there is the back end. The back end is where you log in to change everything that you see on the front end. All right. Hope it's not confusing. There's the front end, there's the back end. Your front end is what everybody see. but your back end is where only you, the admin of the website, will go into to change things on the website, which we will be changing in some few minutes. All right, so how do you then access the back end? This is the link, administrative URL. Let me copy it, let me paste it here so you can. All right, so basically administrative URL is that you just add WP dash, you add a /, all right, WP dash admin. All right, that is what you will add to it, and it will ask you to log in, username and password. And what you then need to do is just remember, that's why I said you should save your username and password. All right, when we were doing the installation, this is where we need it. Go ahead and add the password, and we'll do login. All right, and that is it. We are in the back end. All right, we are in the back end. We are in the back end. We are in the back end. So let me just then quickly run you through what the individual part. We will still extensively look at them, the individual part of the backend component, so you can get used to it and know how best to maximize it. All right, so the first thing is the home, which is where we are right now. This is the dashboard. All right, it just gives you news, statistics and stuff. You will not be spending most of your time here. The next thing you want to go to is post. Post is when you are posting blog content, which you will still look at. So by default, they have given you one post, all right, as the author, which is you. But we'll be looking at, so posts are basically blogs, all right, we'll look at that. So media is basically where you had pictures, PDF, files that goes on your website. This is where you had them up. Music, anything that goes on your website, this is where you had. So media this is where you had medias, pictures and things like that. The next one is pages. This is where you create all the pages on your website. Already I've given you some 2 template pages, but this is where you come and you add new pages like the home page, the about us page, the contact page. This is where you come, add them and design them. All right, this is comment. When people comment on your blog post, this is where you will see them. All right, appearance is also for how you change things on your website. We will look into them extensively. All right, plugins are how. Okay, let me go back to appearance. There's something that I need to explain before I explain plugin. Themes is how you, like I said, I said to you that WordPress is a content management system, and people have designed themes that can quickly help you get started. I purposely click on add theme so you can see you have an array of themes. So if I want to design a website that looks like this now, all I need to just do is just install this theme. Bam. All right, and I will read the manual that came with it, and before you know it, I have a website that looks like this. All right, let's assume it's this type of website that I want to build. Basically, that is what theme is all about. So a theme is a template that you can use. All right, like this is like, let's assume I want to build an hotel website. This is like a template for an hotel website. All right, so it's a template. That is what a theme is. Where a plugin is additional softwares or additional application that you can add to your WordPress installation to extend the functionality of your website. Let's say, for instance, I want to add a form on my website. I can add a contact form plugin. Let's assume I want to add Instagram feed on my website. I can add an Instagram WordPress plugin. So you will still see how this thing works, but just understand, just like you install app on your phone, you know, your phone come preloaded with the operating system and everything. But if you want to use Instagram, you need to go and download Instagram. That's the same way. So if you want to extend the functionality of your WordPress site, you need the theme and you need the plugin. All right, the theme is for the appearance, the plugin is for software, for apps to do things for you. All right, basically that's what that is. The next thing you want to look at is users. your users are, you can have a website that right now you are the only user. Now you can have a website that you want to give access to somebody to help you manage content, to help you, so you can add more users basically. All right, you can add more administrators, you can add more content editors. All right, and you can also build a website whereby you allow registration. I have a website like that. So this is where you see all the users. So if a user has a problem, this is where you can come and help the user reset his password or things like that. You can also do that for yourself. This is where you update your profile and things like that. Basically, so the next one is tools. Tools is you will not really be using tools, but it's a way you import, export your website. I'll be showing you most of the things you'll be doing with tools. You can do them with a plugin. All right, so there's no need for that. So the next part that is very important is settings. All right, now I will go over this one after the other, so I'll go over all of them so you can have a good understanding about them. You have the title, which was something that we see the other time. If I go back again to the title was something like this, all right, which is what we saw the other time. All right, and the tagline, the description, is something like this that we added. Now every website has it, so if I put my mouse here now, you will see that's the title and that's the description. Hope you get that now. That's what it is. Basically, this is where you have your administrative email address. If you want to change, this is where you come and change it. All right, so anything you do, make sure you save. All right, anything you do, you make sure you save. All right, so if I made any change here, I must save it so that I can take effect. So basically, that is what that is. The next thing you want to look at is writing. Now, writing has to do with blog posts. All right, as we continue with this training, I will still show you how that comes to play. All right, but basically, that is where you add things about your blog post, about your writing. You can add category. I'm still going to show you all that. All right, so the next one you want to go to is reading, which is very, very important. We will still be working on reading and we will still see more functionality around it. Like I said, anything you do, you change, you must what? Save. All right, the next thing you want to do is discussion. All right, let me just stop at this point because we will still see. Okay, the next one that is important is permalinks. So if I click on permalinks, now permalinks is very, very key. What you want to just do here when you come to permalinks is post name. You want to set your website to post name. All right, if I create a page, I don't want my website to be having my domain name slash let me go back, domain name slash 1234. No, I want it to have something like domain name slash home or domain name slash contact us. All right, that is the essence of having a post name set here. And you can set a custom link, but most of the time you just leave it at this. All right, and you save. All right, and privacy is basically when you set up a privacy page. All right, this is a draft that has been given to us. We will still look at that when we are really designing tomorrow, when we are designing a website for our business, because tomorrow is going to be quite extensive. All right, so basically those are the basic parts of your website, of your back end that you need to get used to. So, but for today, I'll be installing themes and I'll be installing plugins. All right, some of the few plugins that you need and the theme that you need, and also I'll be installing the page builder that I mentioned to you that we will use. All right, I'll be installing that as well. So how did I say we install themes? All right, I'm going to give you the theme that you will need. And how do you install themes? We go to appearance, all right, and we do themes. All right, when we click on themes, it will give us an option to add a new theme. Now you can add a new theme here. All right, and you can go and pick one of the themes from the library. All right, now if you are new, you can play around, but since I can just guide you on the kind of theme you should use, Alright, the theme I recommend you use because of the page builder we'll be using is Ocean WP. Ocean WP. Now, you need to also understand that this is the theme. I can just click on it. I'm going to install this theme like this here. But I want to also explain something first. There are two ways to install themes. Alright, you can install it directly online, or you can upload it from your computer. I'm going to do the two. Alright, the first one I will do is to install the theme itself. This is the theme. So let me just click on it, and you can see it's installing. This one I'm installing it directly online. The next thing I want to do is I want to activate that theme. Now, let me just go back to our theme. Before I activate it, let me go back to our theme so you can see the things that have been added. Right now, we now have this theme. Alright, you now have this. This is a multi-purpose theme you can use to build anything. That's the reason why I said instead of going to go and choose all these focus themes that are just focused for one type of thing, like this one is focused for hotel, you want to just use a multi-purpose theme that you can then customize and use to build anything that you want to build. Alright, now before I activate it, there is something I need to also explain to you. It's called child theme. Every theme, every parent theme, like something like this one, has an option for you to add a child theme. A child theme, what is a child theme? A child theme is a subset of your parent theme. Now, without blowing too many technical grammar, what a child theme does for you is so that, because themes are always updated every time. So what a child theme will do for you is to ensure that when themes are updated, it does not change anything on your website. Alright, so the child theme will retain all the customizations that you are doing on your website. Alright, that you are doing as you build. So when they do update, when your website install the theme update automatically, or you update it yourself, it does not change anything on your website. Alright, but if you do not add a child theme and you activate it on your website, any update will affect the way your website is designed. That is just what a child theme does for you. So instead of installing a child theme directly online, I will go and add it through the other way I said you can install a theme. The other way is to upload a theme from your computer. Alright, which is the same thing with plugins though, but let's just go ahead. So I'll just choose, I'll then go to choose. Now what I want to choose is I want to go and choose it from this is the child theme here, Ocean WP child theme master. Alright, so I'll just click on it and I'll do install. Now the child theme will not install if you don't have a parent theme. Let me show us what it means. Installing theme from uploaded file. This is the child theme. Unpacking, installing the theme. This theme requires a parent theme. Checking if it is installed. Parent theme is installed. Can you see? So if this theme has not been installed before, this child theme will not work. Now, it is the child theme you want to activate, not the parent theme. It makes sense, just following what I've just explained to us, that the child theme does not change when the parent theme is updated. And that is where you want to be making your changes, so that your website does not change when there's an update on your theme, or there's an update on your WordPress, because WordPress also undergoes updates every month, every week, every time. Alright, so this is what you want to activate. You just do activate. Alright, fantastic. As you can see, it is activated. So these are the two themes. So basically we have installed themes. Now the next thing you want to install is plugins. Now our theme has some plugins that are recommended. That is what you will see at the top of this page. It says this theme recommends the following plugin: Elementor, Ocean WP import, Ocean Extra. All you also want to do is begin installation. Now Elementor is the page builder that we'll be using, so we can install the free version here. What I am going to give you is the pro version. Alright, so begin installation. All I just have to do is I'll check it. Now as you can see, these are plugins. So at the point now we are installing plugin. You know, I mentioned to you before, there are two ways also to install plugins. You can install it directly online, or you upload it. I'm going to show us the other way. This is a way to install it directly online. I'm still going to further explain. All right, when you go to plugin, you want to install directly online. So this, we just click install and you do apply. It's going to install them one after the other. As you can see, fine, it has done the 3 installations and we are good. Return back to our dashboard. This time around, we want to then go and click on plugins so we can see the plugins that has been installed for us. As you can see, this is it. Elementor is installed. Ocean Demo Import is installed. Ocean Extras is installed. As we go along, because today we are not doing so many designs, we are only setting up for design. So the next thing we want to add is to add the Pro. Like I said, let me also just do this, add new. So you can see that there are also arrays of different plugins that you can add. All right, plenty. There are so many plugins for everything. All right, that you can add. So this time around, we want to upload instead of installing it online. Then I'll go select a file. The plugin, this is a Pro. All right, it's a licensed plugin. This is a Pro version of Elementor that we just installed, and I want to activate it. All right, that's it, and it is here. Now I need to put the license key. All right, I need to put the license. This is the license key. I will send you that as well. Please don't share. All right, and as that is activated, this is a Pro license. Now it does extend the functionality of your WordPress, of your page builder. Now you have a professional page builder installed. So basically, I would like to call it a wrap because I have finished all the tasks for today. So tomorrow, what we will then be doing is to now use our website to design something beautiful, something catchy, something interesting, and something very, very nice. All right, so watch this video again until you understand more about everything that I have said. All right, and that's that. So let's go back to now. You will notice your website appearance would have changed because you have changed the theme. All right, that's changed. All right, you notice that it will change because you are changing the theme. You have changed the theme, as you can see, it has changed. All right, like I said, your theme control. So all the customization, we'll be going over them tomorrow. All right, so thank you for staying all this. I know this video is quite long. It's almost an hour. All right, so basically that's that. So tomorrow we'll be doing the part 2 of the design. All right, thank you very much.